Ludwig von Beethoven, Pablo Picasso, Albert Einstein. As much as the world has benefited from the contributions of these gifted individuals, it is disturbing to realize that the population least likely to learn and achieve its potential is the highly gifted. For example, Beethoven had a music teacher who described him as hopeless. Likewise, Picasso was so disinterested in school that the only way his family could get him to go to school was by letting him bring a live chicken to class so he could draw its portrait. Similarly, Einstein quit high school at the age of 15, dismayed. How can educators nurture gifted students to be the next generation of creative contributors in our ever-changing world?
Gifted education has always had a lifespan or a longevity in the United States, but it was really the Sputnik and the space race that forced our country to say, well, where are our gifted students? And we're kind of seeing an emergence of that theme again as we're forced to compete in this global society where our students are being held to a standard not only against students in America, but across the world as well. The course discusses the characteristics of gifted learners and that giftedness could emerge or make itself known based on the context or based on the situation or the subject area being studied. That a student doesn't always exemplify all the characteristics of giftedness all the time in every area of study, and that it is on a continuum and that it is different based on every student.
Statistics show that 85% of public school educators agree that more needs to be done for gifted students. This course provides the understandings and competencies needed to translate political, academic, social, and personal conceptions about nurturing giftedness and talent development into specific curriculum and pedagogical classroom and programmatic practices.
So one of the things that we're going to be learning in this course is how to really advocate on behalf of gifted students. And advocating doesn't mean that you see that these children are any better than any other learner in a classroom, but that one of the things we really want is to make sure they get their fair share of the kind of attention that allows them to develop their potential and translate it into performance. We also want to make sure in this class that we understand that gifted children can be found in every culture, in every socioeconomic strata, in every type of environment.
The major aim of this course is to facilitate the teacher's awareness of the institutional and personal factors that inhibit the realization of potential for gifted and high-ability students and the strategies that combat these factors.
I think the greatest challenge for the teacher is to understand that the teacher needs to be gifted in pedagogy and gifted in the understanding of content to teach gifted students. And there's always been an interesting question that is in the archives, and that is, do you need to be gifted like a gifted child to teach the gifted? And that's a question we'll let people answer when they take the course.
The outcome for course participants is to become an educational leader in the field of gifted education. Education leaders are defined as teachers of the gifted, coordinators of gifted services, counselors working with gifted students, curriculum developers, and professional development consultants or advocates.
Ultimately, I would like students to be able to understand the scope of who gifted students are and who they are not. That they can, in fact, understand, too, how they can address the needs of the student with the student. That we can help students understand what giftedness is and how they have to harness their own potential. And at some point, even at a young age, take responsibility for their ability.